Yes, I know, I am late to the party, and instead of capitalizing on the fact that Funcom released a new live stream with patch notes, what, about 5 days ago, and being like, "Oh my god, new content, gotta capitalize and upload as many videos as possible," I decided to actually go play the test live quite a bit and experience things that I feel are going to drastically change for me personally as a PvP player. If you play PvE and you're interested in that sort of stuff, that's probably not the video for you. And I will say that this update so far, I did not waste my time watching the live stream, but from the patch notes is quite Care Bear-esque. They're catering to, oh my gosh, like creating some safe spaces for some people, I guess. I don't understand what they're doing to this game at this point. I don't think there is an actual voice of reason, but we're going to get into this. So, welcome back to another episode of What the Funcom. This one's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. First thing we're gonna talk about, since I'm not gonna go through all the patch notes, and I want to talk about the important things as well as share some clips with you guys. I've recorded this thing a couple of times, and I just went on tangents. Maybe you guys would like, longer unedited versions of this, but we're just gonna do this for now. Fixed a connection lost issue that has been why I said that, has proven elusive, but finally got nailed down. Has proven elusive. Can we talk about this connection lost issue? Because I'm sure many of you have suffered from this. Uh, I've suffered from it personally. My last video, you saw me disconnect when I was in someone's base at a very, very important time to not disconnect. But thankfully, I was lucky enough to not lose my kit the first time, but I lost my kit the second time. Clanmates I play with, people I have PvP'd against, people I have raided, have all suffered from this connection lost issue. And I'm sure even over on PvE, PvEC, private server, stuff like that, this connection lost issue has been an issue. You would think this would be an issue you would want to fix ASAP, not wait for a big patch. But what do I know? Like, this is what I'm saying. Do you guys have people over there that are a voice of reason and be like, hey guys, I know you guys are really focused on the bazaar and making more pixels so people spend real life money on all this stuff, but there is an actual issue that's affecting our player base and they losing connection. We should probably look into it. And they're just telling poor Todd to shut the hell up and go back to his desk. And it's like, listen to Todd or something. Like, someone there has got to say, like, man, we should really fix this. Because if you want to have a good business, you got to keep your customers happy. And if your customers are constantly getting disconnected from your game, how can they have fun and enjoy all the stupid stuff you add into the bazaar? Just a tip, Funcom, maybe prioritize things a bit better. Second thing I wanted to look at is who in their right mind thought this was necessary. Recipes for Potion of Natural Learning and Bestial Memory has been moved off of Midnight Alchemist and now a part of the Fireball Cauldron knowledge. The raw ash ingredient for both these potions has been removed. Not to mention Yellow Lotus Potion no longer resets attributes or knowledge and instead provides a stamina buff. Yes, because we need another stamina buff right now when you're literally making stamina practically come back instantaneously. Who comes up with this? But back to the whole Potion of Natural Learning and Bestial Memory. Who complained about the fact that it cost raw ash? Listen, if you're brand new to the game, one of the journeys that I remember enjoying the most of, and what really pulled me into the landscape of Conan, even on a PvP server, which made it even more exciting, was having to make my way to Volcano, make sure, I didn't burn up there, make sure I had ice, the right food, the right gear, stuff like that. When I'm overthinking things when you're first playing a game and the excitement of going up there and acquiring a rare resource, and it's not even that rare when now that you play the game, but you know what I mean. Getting it for the first time, it felt like a feat and an accomplishment, and the first time you craft it, it's like, hey, look, we did it. Why take that away from players? Because if you're already established in the game, you probably got raw ash lying around just for backup, just for this at that point. Like, why change this? Who wanted this change? Who needs this? Who are you catering to right here? Funcom,
I really don't like the bestial memory. I have to go learn it from this guy, and then I gotta go get raw ash. It's so hard. Please, Funcom.
Like, oh my gosh, whoever's the individual that started this, you are a crybaby, sir, and a care bear. They are catering to you. And this game has PvP, PvEC, and PvE. I don't know if you're aware of this, Funcom. I know you never listen to my videos, but hey, just in case the off chance someone that, you know, can get in touch with you does, listen, you have to remember when doing big updates, not every little thing you're going to do is actually going to properly benefit, say, PvP or PvE the same. Things might be a little bit different. I would suggest you actually know your player base and community, because it doesn't seem like you really do. And don't think I don't see you building them giant monstrosities in your live stream. And don't think I don't see those monstrosities that you give prizes to that exploit the building system in your game, and you reward them with like Bazaar and gift cards and Steam stuff, all that nonsense. Like, you do realize that half of those buildings have to exploit the building system. But if you stack at all on official, you're going to get dev wiped, you're going to get banned, you're going to get in trouble. Just, just things like this that I notice that stand out to me. You're gonna have these building competitions, and people should have to stay within those guidelines as well, right? Okay, I'm ranting. On to the next thing. The last thing I want to touch on is some of the balance updates. This is where all the good stuff to me is happening, with the weapon changes and stuff like that. I'm not going to go over everything here. I'm going to go over it based off of my experience and what I have seen on the test live, practicing it with friends and whatnot. The one thing I do want to touch on is like stamina cost and regeneration here. As you can see, stamina regeneration time, stamina on consume regen pause, stamina on exhaustion regen pause, and they removed the gray outpost processing effect for when you stam out. When I first experienced it, like I've said, I thought it was really cool because it kind of reminded me of old Conan, like, hey, roll spear, this is a meta I remember. But now the way it is, like, it's made iframing even easier for people that weren't very good at iframing, because you can roll like Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, literally, Fred Durst came into the Funcom office and said, keep rolling. And they went and said, okay, we're going to roll with it. And that's what you got now. You're going to have people rolling to their pyramids, diving in and stuff like that, as one of our friends said. It's going to be ridiculous. You already have nakeds running around saying, you're trash. You can't kill me. You can't kill me. You thought it was hard to kill a naked then. Just imagine now when they're roly-polying around you and you can't hit them because of the iframe. Amazing, amazing stuff here. The survivability that you have now, especially with Glutton. If you were in a PvP build and you have Glutton, you could probably take on 2-3 people much easier now than you ever could because of this stamina gain. You can definitely get away. Now, what I will say is a good archer is going to thrive with this update. People that rely on dagger spamming are not going to benefit as much as people that are experienced with daggers and know how to use them without Q-lock. Daggers are more of like a follow-up weapon now, since they've basically nerfed agility builds into the ground, which is ironic because you practically have to spec into agility just to get quick-footed to keep up. And then rolling thrust is now going to be even more of a meta than it was before, because just take a look at the Sword of Crom. They didn't even decide to go in and readjust it. It still wastes your whole stamina bar, but if you use rolling thrust, it's a free attack. It's like, why didn't you guys go and adjust this weapon, instead? Oh, no, let's just make it strong again. It used to be strong, blah, blah, blah. Let's make all our legendaries strong. One of the biggest metas, and it seems like they're trying to address something, is like, people complain about daggers, so now we've got to nerf daggers in agility builds. But it's like, really what hits hard is a great axe. Great axes hit hard. Even the crafted great axes you can get out of the blacksmith bench still hurt. Still a viable option. Now, like great axes you can possibly get from drops and stuff like that, or bosses that are legendary, they're even better now. They're stronger than before. You can literally two-shot people practically. If you got glutton, you can get away and get back to full health. But if you have someone that can truly exploit, archery build, you're good to go. So, this is going to be a time where I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like we're going to see more people picking up bows and experimenting with archery. And we're going to see those good god tier archers out there actually cleaning house. And even from the clip you've seen, you saw how easy it was for someone to roll, get away, keep their distance. And that was one thing you could do. You'd roll, follow up with a pike, but you can get out of range of that pike now with this new rolling meta. So I'm kind of in the middle. I'm happy Goomba's gone. So whatever it is at the end of the day, I will roll with it. I guess another thing we could touch on was the repair adjustments. This stuff was just weird to me. Like, I don't know why this had to be added in at all. I was trying to use repair kits and I didn't even really mess with the repairing that much because I usually don't repair most of the armor in the base. But it's a general consensus, and I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments. But when I tried to use repair kits, I couldn't even repair a piece of armor, a weapon, like anything. Like, well, what's going on here? I had to put it back in the bench to actually repair it. Because like they said, legendary repair kits have been renamed to Grandmaster repair kits. Like, did I not have the right ones? It was very weird. Maybe I had the wrong one. I don't know. It's like they're taking a page from Rust and they're like, hey, well, Rust has this durability system where as you repair it, you lose durability, and over time, something's going to break. Which, then it's going to get people out there more farming those legendaries, because then you have to worry about them breaking and stuff like that. And I don't know. This update is something else. It's a very odd update. I'm excited to see how it plays out. I just really wish Funcom understood the fact that they have a PvP, PvE community, and that they were actually trying to implement changes and balances that benefit both sides. Maybe a patch for PvP that's different, but I understand it's cheaper to just release one patch for your entire game rather than have two separate entities. And who wants to do that with all the money you're making from the bazaar? Why put more money into the game when you can put it in your pocket? I guess. I don't know. I don't know at the end of the day. Maybe I'm just a disgruntled person. I am excited to see how it's going to play out in PvP, especially with bigger groups and bigger clan fights. I feel like it's just going to be even more running and rolling and shit talk at the end of the day. I will tell you this, if you're not good with a bow, I suggest go practice a bow. If you don't use great axes, I encourage you to try them out and get used to them and try to get your foot into the new meta. If you're used to using daggers all the time and relying on them, they're still viable, but they don't hit as hard as they once did. Agility builds feel like they've honestly gotten nerfed to the ground. Even the Voidforge Gladius, which is one of my favorite weapons, even that got nerfed. Like, most weapons all around got nerfed hard, but like great axes still seem to be viable, even crafted ones. Like I said, it's very interesting what they're doing over there. I would like to say on like the closing thoughts, I really wish they did listen to their community. They say they listen to their community, but anytime I actually see people bringing up legitimate questions for PvP, even on the forums, things get silenced. People get hushed. Like, shut up. Don't talk about that. But when it comes to a lot of PvE stuff and like changes in these patch notes, that it's like, well, who needs these changes? Why do these changes even have to happen? I do feel like possibly the fighting system could be reworked. I don't think this is the best way to rework it. And this just comes from people that don't actually play their game. They don't actually PvP in it and understand how to balance it properly. And, so there's a difference with a game like Rust, which is a PvP oriented game. The changes in the community that they listen to are PvP driven. And so they usually make PvP based changes. Yeah, they've added a lot of PvE stuff in now, but it still works in this PvP world. Whereas Funcom adds a lot of new stuff, characteristics, additions, blah, blah, blah. And not all of it's going to benefit both sides. And why did you have to nerf NPC health? And if you read through the patch notes, they said, well, we've made them stronger. I was literally rolling backwards, piking, just killing these things nonstop without even getting touched. They literally made farming the city so much easier than it was. I think everything's health had 420. Like, haha, Funcom, I get it. You guys need to calm down on the smoking over there, all right? But I don't really have much else to say. I'm not actually as, like, I'm not upset about this update. I'm just concerned of how it's going to play out. It kind of fits into my meta of how I play, but just looking over all the patch notes and what they're trying to do, it would be really nice if they could just get a grip on their community and realize that there's not just one community. There's lots of people that play Conan, but not everyone's playing the same type of Conan. Some might be playing PvP, some might be playing PvE, and others might be playing that weird ass ERP shit that we're not going to talk about. But regardless of that, the community is vast and diverse, and you have to realize that not every change or thing you're going to implement into the game is going to benefit all sides. So that's it. Sorry that it took me so long to get this video out. I actually wanted to play with the test live and experience it for myself. And can't wait to see when it comes out and what breaks and what it's gonna be like. I'm already getting ready for it, and I'm always excited to see what burns and what kind of chaos ensues.